So I've been sitting in this bench and I've made some decisions inspired by being inside of EPCOT. Let me explain. So I was doing what you're supposed to do on vacation. Reflect back on your life, look at everything from a distance and figure out, is there a way I can do this better? What's making me happy? What's not? What needs to stay? And friends, what needs to go away? So in the midst of this amazing park that is so inspirational, I started thinking about my own career with YouTube and what I'm doing, what's making me happy and what's not. And I started to think a lot about live streaming because even though I enjoy doing it, here lately, it's just had a couple of snags, a couple of bumps in the road filming inside the parks that has made me not necessarily enjoy it as much as I once did. So I had a decision to make because the live streams are very important to me, both as a way to communicate with my audience, but also part of the business of what I'm doing over here on YouTube. So let me explain to you the personal decision that I'm making that is a little selfish, and then the decision that I'm making that is for the sake of fun, for the sake of doing things the way that I want to do. Because I'm on vacation and I'm having a moment of reflection that I want to share with each and every one of you. But first things first, let's get the selfish part out of the way. I'm trying to build awareness while I'm out here, bringing people along, doing live streams, awareness about the edited detail videos I'm going to do when I get back home. Now, I'm not going to make any money off of those videos. I know I'm going to lose money coming out here. But the idea is I want to build a channel where one day it is at break even and then profit, therefore allowing me to do more and more of the coverage and tell the Disney story in the way that I want to. So coming out here and doing live streams, on a selfish perspective, it is to bring people along with me. So next week, people will show up and watch the videos that I've put an enormous amount of money and time into. Will you looky there? Look at that new Disney magic. But part two of the plan, the non-selfish part, is I want to do the live streams to create the awareness. That's for me, for business. But for the fun part is to take people on the adventure with me. I love hanging out with people, answering their questions, showing them things, and being goofy, like letting my sense of humor go. The fun thing about a live is it's live. Good, bad, or indifferent, fun moments can happen, and some of the best inside jokes this channel has comes from the lives. But there's a couple of problems with the lives that have been making me feel unsatisfied as a creative, as an artist, and I kind of think it's ruining my business plans a little bit. And unfortunately, a lot like Disneyland, this channel has to be a business to survive. When I do the live streams, I'm always restricted by the internet. How good's the connection? Is the camera clear? And a lot of folks just don't get, and rightfully so. It's not their reason to have to get, that it's out of my control. It's a crapshoot. You hit the bandwidth that you get that day. Some days you have a crystal clear connection, and some days it lags, it stops, and it freezes up, and the entire chat that's supposed to be a fun conversation ends up becoming like a tech support chat. And then you're like, what am I doing? If my goal is to come in here and selfishly spread awareness, what am I making people aware of? That I have half-butt content? Don't want to curse, but that's the word that came to mind. And if I'm trying to build a community and all we're talking about is the bad internet, what connection is that? How are you falling in love with Disney through my eyes? You're just seeing that I'm a guy with a bad internet connection. It defeats the purpose. So I tell you all this in the transparency to let you know of why I'm changing a couple of things. And the other big part of all of this about how the live streams have started to not be as much fun with me is that I really, really enjoy talking to you guys, getting to meet you. One of the reasons why you live is to be able to connect with your audience. But if I can't read the chat because the text is incredibly small, we'll let this pass. We'll let these wheels go past us. But if I can't connect because the chat is incredibly small on a transparent background over the video, and the parks are now very, very busy, and I don't want to ever have what I'm doing on camera ruin any guest experience. Therefore, I'm trying to keep my eyes on everybody, make sure I don't ruin Disney for any guest that's there, because if I do that, I've defeated my purpose. But in doing so, I can't be a part of the conversation, which kills me because the reason why I'm there is to communicate, allow people to get to know me, to have fun, to get to know the audience, create inside jokes. So when the videos go up, there's people that want to hit play on them, and my investment in money and time pays off, not monetarily, but emotionally, because I have a goal of where I want this all to be in the span of the next 3 years. And so far, it's on its way to being there. But I'm not satisfied creatively. And that's where the invention of the vibe stream begins. And don't you worry, I filmed a lot of this for the forthcoming video. So there you go. There's one of those promotions that I would get into a regular live stream. But my thought process was this, really thinking about what my goal is. My goal is to connect with the audience. My goal is to take people, that's my dream home, on this adventure with me so that they're invested in it, so they care about it, and so that you want to click play and we can keep having fun together and I can keep taking us on adventures. And I figured out the best way to do that was with the invention of the vibe stream. It's a one-take vlog. I found an app where I can pause the recordings, but I cannot go back in the recordings. So any stumbles, any missed shots, it all goes in there. Like right now, it could be too windy and you couldn't hear me. There's nothing I can do about it. The idea is to create the same interaction and fun of you knowing where I'm at in a moment that I want to document in the moment. But on the upside, we each get true HD video, so I can use this for something else in the future. We get a strong connection. And if I do it right, we can have a premiere time where we can watch it together and talk in the chat. And there'll still be moments where we get to interact and talk to each other. Those will be live streams that I do from home in my home studio where I'm not intruding on any guest time. I don't have to worry about the internet connection, and I can just be there and be present with you and create fun and interesting themes and adventures for all of us to go on together. So the idea of the vibe stream is a quick, non-edited video to take you with me in the moment, uploaded in quality. We can watch it back together, and therefore, instead of stressing about 200 people that see a live video and then 2,000 more people show up and it's lagging and the sound doesn't work, and I'm actually working against my goals, we'll try this out. So I wanted to give you guys an understanding of why I'm doing this and why I'm so obsessed with quality, because quality in my mind, it does matter, and it'll help me get to all my goals faster. And I want you to have faith in me that when you click play, you're gonna get entertainment, you're gonna get a quality view, a quality window into the parks, you're gonna get a good laugh full of sarcasm and stuff that goes over some people's heads. But I know my core audience, I know you get my sense of humor, I know you get my love of the parks, and I know that you want to go with your bud and take a rip through whatever theme park I'm in. And so I feel like this gives me the best way to service all of you. And it's exactly where I think I should be with the channel. And I think it's the way that I should mix things up, because the last couple of lives, I just haven't had fun when I was done. I just didn't get the entertainment rush that I'm always seeking for, because I just knew that the product fell flat and things that are completely out of my control. And if you know anything about us creative types, we are control freaks. I want to make sure that I put out the best product ever. And it used to be the lives were what they were because I couldn't think of a better way to take people in without all the enormous editing. And for a good reason. On this trip, I'm not spending time in my hotel room this time editing up videos, hours and hours of editing. That's gonna happen when I get home. But I wanna take you on this trip so you can see how excited I am and all the fun that I have, so that you'll wanna show up next week and watch my daily vlogs, and then the week after that to watch my trip to the Star Wars Hotel, where I got my costume today, and it's starting to feel very, very real. Yeah, look at that. So if today's coverage is a little bit different and not exactly what you had in mind when you click play, I wanted to take the time to explain to you what my objectives were. See, there's a stumble, it's live. And why I'm making this creative decision. And also to give you a heads up that when you see one of my videos that says vibe stream, you know you're getting a delayed live stream. That was put together in one shot. See, there's my hand. It was put together in one shot with no editing to literally take you into a moment, but to do it with as best quality as possible. So I feel like at this point, I'm kind of repeating myself, but I just wanted to drive home exactly what I'm doing and give you guys the idea that whenever you see the video with that in the description, you would know exactly what you're clicking into. I know this isn't the current state of my vlogs. There's still going to be music, there's still going to be trick shots, there's still going to be the voiceovers. Like, I'm going hard on the quality. In fact, this is all a part of my agenda for this year. And I have this written on my desk at home. Make less videos so that you can make the best videos. The best videos that I'm capable of making. And I just feel this more aligns with it because all of this footage will be usable afterwards because I know that it's in HD and not in Wi-Fi D, you know, like 3D. No, not 3D, but like 3 pixels per dimension. You get what I'm saying. And with me soon, in like the next year, exploring the Asian parks with some friends. Yeah, that's right, I'm doing that. This will be a fun practice to get down. So in places where you're not allowed to live stream, I can still find a way to vibe stream. Because they haven't found a way to shut that down yet, because it just got started. That's right, the birth of the vibe stream. So the vibe stream is another thing that I can put on my YouTube resume as, hey, this is something that I invented. This is something that Bricky did first. Just like I was the first YouTube channel to take you out to Cotina. Look, 4 tacos and an onion ring. And famously, when I was the first YouTube channel to ever explore the Spain Pavilion at World Showcase, may the vibe stream be another one of the inventions for the channel. So when you see that, you know what you're getting into. And I hope you enjoy it and enjoy the shift into doing this. And I'm excited to premiere this with you and get to hang out in the chat. And there'll be a time to live chat. There'll be a time to live stream from my home in a controlled space, or like what I did in Batu the other day, where I set up a little station where I can just pay attention to you and we can hang out and become friends. So friends, this is where I say, Bricky here from the edge of the Spain Pavilion. It just keeps staying funny inside a World Showcase. Thank you so much for taking part in this historical moment, the invention of the vibe stream. May it live on forever, and may we catch so many great vibes together. Friends, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna wait till this video gets to 1313 to celebrate the community that celebrates my content, and that's when we'll say goodbye. 1, 2,